Hello, welcome to Siri English Academy. Let us continue with Julius Caesar, Act 4, Scene 3, Part 2. This is video 23. So Cassius and Brutus, they continue their conversation. Here Cassius says, "You love me not." Brutus, "I do not like your faults." Cassius, "A friendly eye could never see such faults." Brutus replies, "A flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus." Cassius expresses his suspicion or doubt that Brutus does not love him anymore. He doesn't have any affection for him, for which Brutus says, "Of course, I don't like your faults," which means friendship is different, but I do not like your faults. Cassius, "If you are really friendly with me, your eyes could not search for such faults," he says. For which Brutus replies, "If a friend is a flatterer, he wouldn't, he would not find any faults for with the other friend, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus." Olympus refers to a mountain, huge mountain. Here, Brutus clears the confusion of Cassius. He is telling, if a friend is a true friend, he will criticize for the wrong things done. But if he is a flatterer, even if the mistakes of a person is as huge as high Mount Olympus, he will not take care of those things and he will not criticize for such things. Cassius, "Come, Antony and young Octavius, come, revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote, to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, and here my naked breast, within a heart dearer than Plutus, mine richer than gold. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth. I that denied thee gold will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know when thou didst hate him worst, thou lovedst him better than ever thou lovedst Cassius." So when Brutus pointed the mistakes of Cassius, telling him that his mistakes are as high as the Mount Olympus, Cassius started his drama and he started telling, "Come, Antony and young Octavius, come, take revenge on me. I am tired of this world in which I am hated by the one I loved, treated with contempt by my brother, rebuked like a servant. All my defects have been carefully examined, written down in a notebook, studied and learnt by heart to be thrown at my face. Oh, I wish I could weep myself to death. Here, take this weapon, and here is my naked breast. Within it there is a heart dearer than the wealth of the god Pluto. If you are a true Roman, take my heart out of my breast. I who refused you money, will you have my heart? Strike at me, as you did at Caesar. For I know that when you hated him the most, you loved him more than you love Cassius." So Brutus says, "Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will, it shall have scope. Do what you will, dishonor shall be humor. O Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire. Who much enforced shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again." So these words shows that Brutus was very compassionate, very merciful, and his anger doesn't stay for a long time. Brutus, "Put back your dagger. Be angry whenever you like. Your anger shall have freedom. Do what you like. Dishonorable words from you shall be considered to be a whim, a mood. For Cassius, you are the partner of a man as gentle as a lamb. So he calls himself as a lamb who is very gentle. I have anger within me only as the flint which keeps its spark. When struck violently, the flint gives a quick spark and then it is cold again at once. So his anger is like a flint. When it is sparked with lot of force, it gives a quick spark and it will be put off immediately. Cassius. Hath Cassius lived to be put mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him? So Cassius questions him. Has Cassius lived to become nothing but a subject for mirth and laughter to Brutus whenever he is troubled by grief and bad temper? Brutus. When I spoke that I was ill-tempered too. So Brutus accepts that he was ill-tempered when he said all those words. Cassius. Do you really confess so much? Give me your hand. So Cassius tells him, do you really admit that? If so, give me your hand. Brutus, and my heart too. Brutus says, I am giving my heart also to you, Cassius. Cassius, oh Brutus, Brutus, what is the matter? Cassius, have not you love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgettable? So, Brutus, Cassius says, oh Brutus. Brutus questions him, why are you so moved? Cassius tells him, do you not love me enough to be patient with me when I suffer from this ill temper which I have inherited from my mother and makes me lose my senses? Now, Cassius is very wise. He is putting all the fault of his anger on his mother. I am ill-tempered like this because of my mother. I have inherited the anger of my mother, and that makes me ill-tempered so much. Like that, he is telling. Brutus. Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he will think your mother chides and leave you so. So Brutus answers him, yes, Cassius, in future, when you are hot tempered with your brother, Brutus, he will consider it is your mother's quick temper that is scolding and will leave you to yourself without irritating you by contradiction. So Brutus tells him that in future, even if you become angry, even if you become ill-tempered, definitely I will not take it so seriously. I will consider that it is your mother's anger. Poet within, let me go in to see the generals. There is some grudge between them. It's not meet they be alone. Then a poet enters, followed by Lucius, Titinius, and Lucius. Poet says, let me go in and meet the two generals. Since they do not seem to be friendly towards each other, it is not proper that they should left alone. So here the poet thinks that they both are have some difference of opinion and they don't have good friendship between them, and it is not wise to leave them alone like this. Lucius, you shall not come to them. Poet within, nothing but death shall stay me. Lucilius doesn't want him to go and talk to Brutus and Cassius, but that poet is very stubborn. He says, nothing but death can stop me. Enter poet followed by Lucilius, Titinius, and Lucius. Cassius, how now? What is the matter? Cassius questions, what is the matter? Poet, For shame, you generals, what do you mean? Love and be friends as two such men should be. For I have seen more years, I am sure, than a. So the poet says, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for quarreling among yourselves in this way. You ought to love each other and be friends. Take my advice, for I am older than you both. Cassius, ha ha, how wily doth this cynic rhyme. Brutus, get you hence, Sirrah, saucy fellow, hence. Cassius, bear with him, Brutus, it is his fashion. So Cassius says, how now, what is the reason of this rude instruction? Cassius, ha ha, how badly does this cynic philosopher rhyme? Brutus tells, go away, you insolent fellow, get out. But Cassius tells him, be patient with him, Brutus. It is only his manner. So here fashion refers to his nature or his manner. Brutus, I will know his humor. When he knows his time, what should the wars do with these jigging fools? Jigging fools, companion hence. Cassius, away, away, be gone. Exit poet. So Brutus tells him, I will try to study his humor and make allowance for it when he recognizes the proper reason for indulging in it. These rhyming fools are utterly out of place in times of war. So whatever may be the words of that poet, Brutus is feeling that what does the poet has to do now at this place at the time of war, Cassius, and come yourselves and bring Messal. So Cassius chases him away, 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 be gone, like that. He says, exit poet. The poet will go away. Now enters Now Lucius and Titinius are there. Brutus, Lucilius and Titinius bid the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight, Cassius, and come yourselves and bring Messala with you immediately to us. So Cassius says, away be at office. Brutus, Lucilius, and Titinius tell the officers to get quarters ready for troops. Cassius, and come back yourselves and bring Messala immediately to us. So Lucilius and Titinius, they both go out. Lucilius, Brutus tells him, bring a bowl of wine. So Brutus here he is ordering to bring a cup of wine to him. Exit Lucilius. So Lucius will go away. Cassius, I did not think you could have been so angry. Brutus, oh Cassius, I am sick of many griefs. Cassius, of your philosophy you make no use if you give place to accidental evils. Here, Cassius is very much surprised why Brutus is becoming so angry. He has never seen him like that. For which Brutus will reply, oh Cassius, I am sick of many griefs. Means I have a lot of sorrows, a lot of griefs, which is making me like that. Then you have the philosophy not to become angry for any of the accidental evils. Then no man, Brutus tells, no man bears his sorrow better. Portia is dead. Now Brutus is giving him the reason why he is so very angry. And he says such a heap of sorrow he has got, which is making him to lose temper. And he gives the news that Portia is no more, she is dead. So Cassius came to know that Portia is dead. Cassius says, ha, Portia, Brutus, she is dead. How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss! Upon what sickness. So here Cassius says, how scaped killing when I crossed you so. Oh, insupportable and touching loss, upon what sickness. Now Cassius also feels very bad that he reacted in such a harsh manner with Brutus when he is having so much grief. Brutus says, impatient of my absence and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong, for with her death that tidings came, with this she fell distract, and her attendants absent swallowed fire. Brutus is giving the reason why Portia died. Impatient of my absence and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong, for with her death that tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendants absent swallowed fire. Because I too was absent, she got the news that they were very strong, that is, Octavius and Mark Antony are very strong. She couldn't bear my absence, so she swallowed fire. So, here she swallowed fire refers that she swallowed the burning charcoal and committed suicide. There is information given regarding the death of Portia. Cassius, and died of this, Brutus. Yes, in this manner. Yes, in this manner she died. Cassius. O ye immortal gods, re-enter Lucius with wine and taper. So here Lucius enters with wine and taper. Brutus, speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this I bury all unkindness, Cassius. Cassius, my heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, till the wine overswell the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus' love. So, Brutus, I request you, Cassius, do not refer to that subject again. I have received letters informing me that Octavius and Mark Antony are coming down upon us with a mighty army and are marching in the direction of Philippi. I have also, Messala says, I have also received a letter to that effect. Now, he once. So here, re-enter Lucius with wine and taper. Again, Brutus tells him not to remind him of such things. He will ask for wine, a bowl of wine, where he will bury all his griefs. And Cassius also tells to give him a cup of wine, where he too can forget all his worries. Now, Brutus, come in Titinius, exit Lucius, re-enter Titinius with Messala. Welcome, good Messala. Now sit we close about this taper here and call in question our necessities. Cassius, Portia, art thou gone? So, Messala enters with a letter. Myself have letters of the self same terror. Brutus, with what addition? Messala, that by proscription and bills of. So here I will stop. Thank you.